Good high, neath the wings of the bluebird.
So I was talking about some of the stories at WIBC.com. It's just, I mean, the headlines today are insane, and this was one of them. This woman arrested for the death of a man at an Indianapolis Planet Fitness. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Story is nuts. Why is it nuts? Here's the opening sentence. A woman was arrested for the overdose of a man whose body was found in a Planet Fitness tanning bed 3 days after he died in 2024. Oh, that's gross. That's horrifying. That is Gene Hackman's story, which I'm almost glad that story went off the front pages, because the death of Gene Hackman, the actor, and what happened, and the death of his wife before him, and the dementia, and clearly didn't know. It's so horrific, so horrifying. I admit I've thought about it quite a few times. Just like that's the alone part. That level of confusion. That's I have a hard time with that one. A 41-year-old named Heather Bradford was arrested for the overdose death of 39-year-old Derek Sink. The Marion County coroner ruled the cause of death to be a narcotics overdose. This woman was arrested over the weekend for dealing in controlled substances, resulting in death, narcotics possession, and 2 active Morgan County warrants. This story is crazy. Give it a read over at WIBC.com. This one, not crazy. This is what happens when you're just a dope. This is Greta Thunberg, who, of course, was the child who the world put in front of us to say, we are destroying the planet. And this child was allowed to go to events and sail around the world and scream at people, how dare you? Shut up, kid. But the kid was a kid at the time and never said, shut up, kid. And I said, oh, bless your heart. And now, as an adult, has decided to take on the cause of terrorists, and is all supportive of Hamas. She'll say the Palestinians, but we all know better. We see right through that facade. She is now sailing to Gaza on a humanitarian ship. She's 22 and all sorts of bitter. She's 22, but has the bitterness of a 44-year-old. She's going from Sicily to Gaza. First of all, how'd she get to Sicily? How'd she afford to get to Sicily? My goodness, being a leftist freak child pays great. Isn't that right, Bernie Sanders? I have 3 houses. I like mittens. I don't know what she's going to do. She's going to allow herself to be utilized as a useful idiot by terrorists who, if she lived in Gaza, would rape and kill her, or rape her and then rape her again, probably rape her a 5th, 6th. I can't count as high as the amount of times they would rape that girl, if only because they've done it before. And she's fighting for a free Palestine. If she could show me Palestine on a map, that'd be kind of great. These people don't stop and don't rest and don't quit, and they are really hell-bent on the destruction of Western civilization, which is why it's important for us to, A, know who they are, and then, B, stop them. These people can't be allowed to be in control, whether it be overseas, whether it be right here in Indianapolis, name the place. These people cannot be allowed to have any level of power. Greta Thunberg is a stupid little girl. I don't care if people are insulted. You tell me that's sexist. I don't care. It means nothing. Your problems are yours. I don't want to hear it. There are people, I spent a career saying I don't like to use the words dumb and stupid because they end conversation. But we're at the end of the conversation. I tried repeatedly. I tried with everything in me to engage rationally, to engage in a common sense way, to get people to understand that what they were doing was actually damaging for society as a whole, never mind themselves. That not only were they on the wrong side of history, as the cliche would go, they were on the wrong side of humanity, simply on the wrong side. If you support the terrorists of Hamas and their supporters, the quote-unquote Palestinians, over a peaceful Middle East like you see Israel wanting, you're just wrong. And there comes a moment that you're wrong because, A, you ideologically, you are admitting you want dead Jews and a destroyed Western civilization, or you're a useful idiot. So I just shortened that to stupid. And sure, it's not the way people should want to talk to one another, but it is. Greta Thunberg doesn't deserve respect. She's dumb and likes being used, and I would assume at this stage of the game, the desire for attention is so great and so massive with her. She grew up with it. She was always told everything she does is wonderful, but things kind of moved away from her, so she moved to where the camera was. That's all we're seeing here. If we can't honestly address the situation with the terminology that requires the moment, well, then we're not doing ourselves any good. So she's stupid. And if you ask me, do I ever think any men are stupid or guys are stupid? Oh gosh, yes, absolutely. I do, but I don't have time to go through the entire MSNBC lineup. This isn't about her being a woman. She just happens to be a stupid woman. There are stupid men. There are men who are liars, like Richard Blumenthal, who lied about his Vietnam service, right? There's lots of those. So let's not make this a sexist thing. Oh, David Hogg. Some people in the chat room bringing up David Hogg. Right. David Hogg is not as stupid, but David Hogg is absolutely a gross opportunist. And what David Hogg believes in, what he values, what he supports, like Jasmine Crockett, like the inability to protect and defend yourself with a firearm, these things will lead to your destruction. Because they do. And rational people know this. Which brings about this really kind of fascinating study, Nate Silver discussing why young men are opposed to the Democratic Party. It is something else, but it's nothing we haven't discussed. It's just he worded it in a very, very succinct way. I will go over that in a little bit. Keep it here.